You're listening to Natural British English, and today a rather interesting idiom. Open a can of worms. The idiom open a can of worms describes a situation that suddenly becomes complicated after someone starts to examine it. What seems simple quickly turns messy and difficult to control. The expression comes from fishing culture in the United States during the early 20th century. Fishermen carried live worms in small metal cans. When opened, the worms wriggled everywhere. Because worms move unpredictably, opening the container creates disorder. Today it means starting something that leads to unexpected complications and uncomfortable consequences. It's considered an idiom because the meaning can't be understood from the individual words alone. No real worms are involved in modern conversations. The phrase represents a hidden problem. Although the idiom is over 100 years old, it remains relevant. Modern life often involves digital systems, social media, and workplace policies that can easily become complex. For example, imagine a manager asking employees to share honest feedback online. The manager hopes for improvement, but instead receives dozens of complaints about unrelated issues. In this situation, colleagues might say, "The manager really opened a can of worms." A simple request created wider discussion and unexpected tension that now requires careful handling. Another modern example appears in family group chats. Someone mentions dividing holiday expenses fairly. Suddenly, old disagreements and past misunderstandings return to the surface. A family member may comment, "Let's not open a can of worms tonight." They understand that the topic could expand into emotional and complicated territory. This idiom shows how language connects physical experiences with emotional situations. Opening a small container once caused real movement and disorder. Today, the phrase captures digital chaos and social complexity. Understanding this idiom helps learners recognize indirect meaning. It encourages careful thinking before raising sensitive topics. Sometimes curiosity is useful. Other times it creates more problems than solutions. Open a can of worms reminds us that words carry history. From lakeside fishing trips to online meetings. This expression continues to describe the risks of uncovering complicated truths. Thank you for watching, reading or listening today. And if you enjoyed this podcast, please like, comment, share and subscribe. See you soon.